everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's your guy Coldfire, and today I am going to be reacting to Madonna. It's an interview, actually a press conference after Evita screening at the Directors Guild in Los Angeles, December 10th, 1996. And quite frankly, I have never seen this before. It's almost an hour long, so let's just get into it and watch it. See what happens.
Oh, it's lonely up here. Hello. Thanks for coming. Did everybody come from really far away? Yes? No? Okay. Well, I hope you liked the movie, and I guess before we get started, I would just like to start off by saying that my baby is great. Thank you for asking. And it would be really great if you could just keep your questions regarding the movie and the music, things like that, and respect my privacy. Thank you. Hi. Yes? Hello?
Is going to come over here. Marina will recognize you. Please state your name and what publication you're from. And that's the format. No screaming at questions.
We have a microphone on each
everyone
side.
Everyone will get a chance. So, Marina, it's up to you.
Can you come up and use the microphone?
She looks so annoyed.
Thank you.
Like I'm waiting.
He's from Spain, Los 40 Principales. My name is Joaquin Luqui. Congratulations, because like actress and singer, you deserve the Oscar. I hope you will receive the Oscar.
Oh, thank you. Me too. Thank you.
And one question and then one thing. The question is, like human being, like an artist you are, what is the best and the worst thing of Evita? And then please send a message to Spain, because in Spain we love you, Madonna, and please, one message.
All right, what is the best and the worst thing about Evita? About the woman, not the movie. The best thing about her, I think, is her courage. And the worst thing is that she died so young. And what should I say to Spain? Hola. I'm coming.
Madonna, over here, to your right. I'm with WTN TV, and I want to know, while you were filming Evita, what did it feel like to actually be filming this film that you have wanted to do for so long?
It felt like a dream come true. Like, it just felt somehow everything that was happening at that time, the fact that I was doing the movie, the fact that people were protesting our presence in Argentina, the fact that what was happening to me while I was making the movie mirrored what happened to Ava when she was alive. It was just it felt like fate, like destiny, and it was a sort of a perfect situation. And I felt very lucky, even though I was exhausted and nervous and scared and frustrated and all those things.
Yeah, I remember her talking or seeing on the, when this movie was being made, there was a lot of people in Argentina that did not think that Madonna was worthy enough to play Evita or Eva Perón, because her reputation, up until then had been, a lot of controversy. And even though Eva Perón was known for doing the same things, not like pop culturally things like Madonna has done, but she did do, you know, a lot of stuff to climb her way to the top. And so there was riots going on, cars burning, movie theaters being set on fire, everything. So it was crazy. But let's get back on with it.
And you actually got to speak with the president. I mean, you helped get this.
Yeah.
Can you? What was that like?
That was a thrill. It was my first helicopter ride. I don't know, I felt like I got a really great historical education while I was in South America. I felt like I was doing so much more than making a movie. So.
Hi Madonna, Elisabeth Sereda, ORF Radio Austria. Antonio Banderas sings, "For someone on top of the world, the view is not exactly clear. A shame you did it all at 26. When you were 26, you were a major star already. Evita just was on top of the world then. But this is the movie that everybody says will make you the big actress, the thing that you always wanted most. How does that feel? Do you think you've come this way, and is the view clear for you?
That's a strange question. Well, I feel very good about what I've done. I feel very proud of my work, and I think I've come a long way. So, and I think when Ava was 26, I think we had, I'm not sure, I mean, people are going to draw a lot of parallels between our lives. I think when I was 26 and when she was 26, I think that we had both a lot of courage in common, but I think we had different goals. And as far as the view being clear, I feel very clear-minded right now, so I can only answer it in that way. I mean, I'm not. Your question's very strange.
Well,
if you're
very famous,
yes.
sometimes maybe you lose touch with reality. Do you feel that has ever happened to you?
Yes, I think so, to a certain extent. I mean, you do have a hard time making clear decisions. You do have a hard time figuring out who your friends are, who people. You know, when people you have to be very careful. Sometimes it's difficult when you are on top of the world, I think, to have a quiet moment and to choose wisely, and your judgment is not always clear. I hope that it is right now. I'm sure it is, actually.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Frank Müller. I'm on the other side here. I'm working for German radio stations. My question connects somehow to the question before. I read in another interview, you said, I wanted to show the human being behind Eva Peron. And it comes to my mind that maybe did you want to show much more the human being behind Madonna?
Well, in order to show Eva's humanity, I could not avoid showing my humanity. There's just no way around that. So if somehow the two things collide and you end up looking at her as a human being and me, then I've accomplished a lot, I think.
After seeing this movie now, do you think that your picture, your own picture in your mind of Eva Peron is the same like in the movie?
I think I'm probably a little bit more sympathetic and forgiving of her than the movie is. Yeah. I've been seduced by her, so.
Hi, Pablo Torres from Mexico. You've been touring in our countries in Latin America, and now you do this movie. What do you learn of Latin American people? And the second question is, do you have plans to do something with Frida Kahlo or something like that?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say that I love Latin people. Yes, Latin men are my weakness. And
Mine too.
And I think I must have been Latin in another life. I've always been attracted to Latin culture, and I always, on all of my records, managed to write at least one Spanish song. So I've always been attracted to that. And right now I'm researching and interested in doing a movie about Tina Modotti, who was not Spanish, she was Italian, but she was one of the best friends of Frida Kahlo, and she lived in Mexico for a long time. I'm sure you know who that is, right?
Yes. And what do you think about Latin America now? For example, what do you think about Marcos, the warrior?
What do I think about who?
Marcos, do you know Marcos, the subcommandant Marcos?
In Mexico?
Yes.
I have no opinion about him.
Thank you.
Madonna, congratulations on the movie.
Hi, Molly.
Hi, lovey, how are you?
Good.
Also, congratulations on an awesome vocal performance, both on the soundtrack and obviously in the film. Just going back and knowing your career for a long time, and going through the songs in Evita, if they were to do maybe the life story of Madonna, I would say that songs like Another Suitcase and Another Hall would be very prevalent, considering the time that you took from going from what you were to New York and having to fight so hard. Would you agree? What is Another Suitcase, Another Hall to you?
Yeah, what is it?
What does it mean to you? I mean, when you were singing that, could you relate to yourself in that?
Absolutely. It's a song about growing up and disappointment and you know, having reality smack you in the face. You know, you have a dream about what something's going to be like, and then you get there and it's not what you expected at all, and you just have to deal with it.
With the song Perron's Latest Flame, of where you came under and have come under so much criticism, you said before, the battle of staying on top, of being Madonna, did it ever hurt you, some of the criticism that obviously hurt Eva Perron?
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow High, the tours you've done, does that give you great satisfaction?
Yes, I miss being on tour. I do.
Would you say that this film is one of your greatest goals achieved?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I agree.
Hi, I'm Mikko from Jyrki in Finland, and first of all I have to tell you that I'm a great fan of yours, and one of my goals has just been accomplished. This is great. And my goal is gone now. I don't have another goal in my life. So I don't exactly know what to do next.
How tragic.
And two of your goals have been done already. How do you set your next goals, and what are they?
Well, how do you set your goals? I mean, it has to do with being inspired, I think. There's lots of things I still want to do, and I'll do them.
We already know that you have a lot of common with Evita. Do you think you will run for presidency?
I wish.
Yeah, right.
Hi, Anna Franklin. You asked if anybody came from far away. We've come from Russia just for the
Wow.
premiere to film it for Russian television program Cinemania. And I just wanted to say I thought the film was great, and I have something to compare it to because I saw Elaine Page in the original in London many years ago, and I think the film is every bit as good, maybe better.
Oh, thank you.
So, anyway, our question is, you've just played a great historical figure, Eva Perón, and we'd like to know for our audience, are there any historical or political figures from Russian politics or Russian literature that would appeal to you to play? Have you any favorites? Maybe Dostoevsky.
No, I'm sorry to say, he's a great writer, but I haven't been inspired to make a movie about anything that he's written. The closest I could get to Russia would be to play, I'm interested in playing portraying a woman who's Polish during World War II, but sorry, she's not Russian.
Well, yes, that's not very close.
Maybe you should send me some more books.
Oh, you're welcome to come visit anytime.
I'd love to.
We were just saying, Yeltsin and the two biggest stories were when Yeltsin had his operation and whenever you had your baby, they got equal coverage on the front pages.
Really?
In Moscow. And yes, the second question we had was...
Scary.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either about that, but it happened. And the second question that we had was... I've forgotten now. That's enough.
That's okay. I forgive you.
Hi, it's Jose Emilio Rondeau from Showbiz Magazine. You just mentioned that you miss touring, and that's something that you would like to resume pretty soon. However, being a mother and having a family, how does that affect your professional life, and what will take priority when the decision comes to be made in that sense?
Well, my daughter will always take first priority, and I don't know how it's going to affect me when I go on tour. I'm sure that it will. And I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
You know, I hate when people ask, they only ask the women this, I guess because they have the baby. But you never hear if there's a couple out there, like a power couple, they never ask the guy, you know, well, how's this going to, you know, interfere with your career and all that because you had a baby and everything else and all that. And there have been many successful people that have had babies and can still have a professional life. It's not uncommon. And you know, as we move along, of course you know that she does that. So right now, she's probably still in a state of mind of trying to stay in that Evita mode, you know, because the award show and all that haven't come out and everything, so she's kind of like trying to just stay right there in the moment, and she's not trying to give away anything. But I know I can feel deep inside that she knows that she's going to get out there and tour again and cause a ruckus. So, but
would it mean that your fans will be seeing less of you on the road and more of you on screen or in videos? Or
It's just as hard to make a movie, I assure you. No. I think I'll just really pick and choose my projects, and I have to really, really, really love them before I do them.
Thank you.
Hi, Madonna. I am here on the right. Hi. I'm from Argentina. I'm from Channel 13. Congratulations for the picture. I liked it very much. And
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it very much.
Didn't Argentina look good?
Yeah, I think yeah. But I was not saying that it was going to look bad. I was not one of those.
You weren't one of those.
No, I was not one of those.
One of those people.
Yeah.
What was that horrible newspaper?
Crónica.
Okay, you don't work. You're not with Crónica. Okay, I'll talk to you.
Channel 13. And I just want to ask you, because there were some things coming out afterwards in the newspapers and the channel from Argentina, that you talked about the president and Argentina afterwards in a magazine, and you said that the president was staring at your dress while he was...
Oh, everyone's making such a big deal about that.
Yeah, I know. In Argentina, they made a big deal. That's why.
Well, you know what? What man doesn't look at a woman's bra strap?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, really, it's not a character flaw. I thought he was very charming. I wish that they would have focused on the positive things I said. Not that that's a negative thing, but... I mean... What are you asking me? Did I really...
No. What I want to know is what's your view from Argentina now afterwards you...
I adore Argentina, and I would like, you know, I hope that people in Argentina know that. I spoke very well of Argentina in my diaries, and I know that in Argentina now they're only concentrating on... I think I said that the food was really fattening, and I said that the president looked at my bra strap, but that's about it. I mean, everything else was really positive.
Did it bother you that the minority, the people that were talking against you on the television, and that didn't bother you at the moment? Or?
You mean when I was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it bothered me. but I just had to stick it out and prove them wrong. And I mean, I think that people in Argentina will really like the movie. So
I liked it.
Good.
And your acting is very good in that movie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, over here. My name is Karen Law. I'm with the French news agency. I'd like to ask you what you think, how your performance demonstrated to the public what you're capable of doing. Maybe I should rephrase that. Do you think that your performance in this movie showed the public some of your capabilities?
Yes.
Could you elaborate?
Well, I think you're asking me to say what I think other people are going to think, and that's something you should ask other people. I know that I put my heart and soul into the movie, and I'm sure that that comes through. And I set out to show a different side to Eva Perón than has always been depicted, certainly in America, in our history books. And I wanted to give her a sense of humanity, and I think that I did that as well. So as an actress, I think I accomplished my goals, and I would hope that that comes through to the audience.
Okay, thank you. Madonna, how hard was it for you to work the long hours during while you were pregnant?
It wasn't, I mean, I think I probably would have done the same amount of complaining if I hadn't been pregnant. To tell you the truth. It got a little hard towards the end. But it was all right. I have a strong constitution. So.
And I just noticed that you've got yet another new image, a very soft image. Is this due to motherhood?
I don't know. It's not something that I'm consciously trying to do, I assure you. It's just the mood that I'm in right now.
Due to motherhood, probably.
Hi, my name is Simon Oda, and I'm an interpreter for some Japanese magazines. First of all, how did you comprehend and act out the woman, Eva? So how did you understand...
First, I'd like to comprehend that question.
Okay. In other words, how did you understand the person, Eva?
How did I understand her?
Yeah.
You mean what kind of research did I do?
Or yeah, in that sense, or what kind of person did you think she was, or how did you think that she was?
I think that she was, well, I think she was terribly misunderstood. I think that, like all women who achieve a certain amount of power and influence in our culture, our society, we have a tendency to try to undermine their accomplishments by denigrating them in one way or another, or maligning them, or trying to cheapen their image, or accuse them of sleeping their way to the top, or whatever it is that we do. And I think she was very misunderstood because of that. I think that she had a very difficult life as a child, and that she suffered a lot because she was poor and because she was the illegitimate child of her father. And I think that her suffering is really what catapulted her out into the world. I think she had a bone to pick with the upper class. And I think that she saw the cruelty and the injustice that the poor suffered, and I think she wanted to make the world a better place for poor people because she had first-hand experience with that kind of suffering. And I also think she was really adamant about giving women the right to vote, which she did do, and I think she accomplished a lot of good things. I don't think she had a very good business head, and I think she handled her money very badly, and I don't think we'll ever really know if she actually swindled money from the government and put it in Swiss bank accounts. Nobody can actually prove that. But I think she did a lot of great things.
Yes. What scenes do you want the audience to relate to?
Every one of them.
Do you have anything in particular that you want?
No.
Really?
I think everyone will relate to different things. I don't want to tell people which ones they should like.
What do you think you have in common with Eva? Yourself and Eva.
Lots of Christian Dior.
Last question. Do you have any plans on going out on tour, like a musical thing, Evita, or not at all?
No, no.
Really?
No.
Madonna's like, I don't do musicals.
Oh, I would love to go on tour, but I don't know when.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
Hi, Etta Benjical from MTV Asia. I have a question regarding what are some of the emotional challenges you faced in playing this role?
As an actress?
As an actress, as a person?
Well, I think playing this role when I knew that being in Argentina, we were not welcome there. Not by everyone, but by a lot of people gave us a really hard time, and I had to read in the newspapers negative things about myself every day. That was an emotional challenge to rise above that and go to work every day. And I tried to use that in my portrayal of her because I know she suffered the same things when she was alive. So in that sense, it actually helped me, all the controversy and the negativity. I tried to turn it around and make it something positive. And as far as just playing the character day to day, I tried to be true and in the moment. I think actually that I understood so many aspects about her life that I don't want to say it wasn't a struggle or a challenge, because I assure you it was, but it was something that I knew. It was close to my heart, and my job was to let it go, to show that.
Well, what was it about her that touched you the most, that made you feel that you did relate to her as a person?
Her sadness, her loneliness. I think she felt a certain, I think she grew up without a parent. I can relate to that. I think that when she went to Buenos Aires, she had no family members there, no one to open the door for her, no one to help her along. Basically, it was just a young girl from the middle of nowhere who had to struggle and survive, and I can relate to that as well. Yeah. And then I can relate to her life when she was older, when she was married to the president, and everything she'd ever done her entire life was held against her, or blown out of proportion, or misjudged, or misunderstood. I could go on and on. So, I mean, I could relate to her on a lot of different levels.
And do you feel that this role really took an emotional toll on you, or physical toll in any way?
I was exhausted at the end of it, emotionally and physically, but I have to say that I think I was rejuvenated by it because it was such an educational experience. So.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Madonna. I'm all the way from Singapore. My name is Rebecca. I read your diaries about filming the movie, but what I would like to know is what was the toughest part for you in recording the soundtrack?
The toughest part was singing the songs and trying to stay true to the character in the moment. In other words, we had to record most of the music before we shot the scenes, so we had to, we really had to make emotional choices in the recording studio and hope and pray that they were the right ones when we got on the set and started filming. That was the hardest thing.
Did you really drag Junior around the studio when you were recording?
Did I what? Drag him around?
Yeah, did you really do that?
I think I beat him on the head with my microphone a few times. But it was all in, we were rehearsing. It was all in good fun.
Okay, I'm going to be stopping it there. So far, you know, she's, of course, a diva, and I've seen some of her diva, you know, answers. You know, Madonna is always really good at avoiding and ricocheting questions that are directed to her. In response, she can throw a question right back at you on top of that one. So it's very hard to ruffle Madonna's feathers when you're doing an interview with her, because she thinks very clearly before she speaks, and she always has the right thing to say. And a lot of people did not realize, well, I think by now people have realized that Madonna was very, very smart and savvy. And she didn't get this far in life had she not been smart and savvy. On top of having a high IQ on top of it, which she, you know, hid for most of her life because she didn't want that to be a center point to say, oh, this is how she became so famous, or this, like that. She wanted to do it on her own merit so people would not treat her differently. She wanted to earn it by bare bones, you know, working hard and achieving it on her own volition. But that was part one of the press conference for Evita at the Directors Guild in Los Angeles. And I will be reacting to the second part. I want to break it up because when you put an hour and a half long thing on there, sometimes it can be too much to watch at one time. So that's why I like to break it up into 2 parts or sometimes 3 parts. This looks like I can break it up into 2 parts. But I hope that you are enjoying the interview so far, and I will see you on part 2. Love you. Bye-bye.